Hey you guys, it's me Kianna coming at you today, and I'm coming at you because I wanted to do a video on um, my current um, feelings or thoughts after having my gastric sleeve in Mexico by Dr. Lopez. So, I wanted to talk to you guys about how I feel emotionally, how I feel physically, and this is about 3 weeks post-op. So, um, as you know, I had my gastric sleeve on December the 10th, and I wanted to have my gastric sleeve before the new year. Why did I want to do that? Well, I wanted to go into the new year a new me rather than get into the new year and say I want to develop into a new me. No, I wanted to actively already be doing that. I think that it gives you a push. It gives you a more powerful strength. I think that it stares you to be focused more. Um, and I really wanted to do it before the new year. And I did it, despite what it seemed and despite what many even hoped for. Yeah. And despite what many even doubted, I did it. And December the 10th was the day that my life changed. Even though I had lost a huge amount of weight, an amount that many probably would think is impossible to do on your own in just the 4 months that I did it in. I did it, and I did it on my own. Um, but I wanted to continue to have the surgery even after losing some weight, a great amount of weight, because losing weight was not an issue for me. I've done that many times before. Why? Because I've been fat all my life. So I've lost weight many, many times. But having a tool that can assist me and to give me a strength to be able to not have to battle gaining it back shortly after losing it, I did not have that tool. I did not have that skill, and I did not have that strength. So I had the gastric sleeve. Even despite losing some weight on my own, it was imperative and important for me to have something in place that will assist me with going further and staying there rather than going backwards and then going forward and then going backwards and then going forward and then going backwards again. So that's what the gastric sleeve was for me. And that decision I made, despite my ups, despite my downs, despite my anxieties, my worries, sometimes physical pain, sometimes emotional roller coasters, despite all of that, it was the best move I could have made. It was the best investment for me. Um, and I'm the type of person, I like to keep myself up, as you guys know. I like to look nice. I like to invest in beautifying my exterior. But I think that the best move I could have made was improving my interior and being a better me. And just like you spend money on wigs, makeup, accessories, jewelry, and clothes, the best investment that I could have made ever for me was having my gastric sleeve and paying cash, even if I had to pay cash for it, which I did. Um, that was the best investment for me. It's not a road that everyone needs or should travel because it's certainly not an easy road. And we're going to get into that in a minute. But it was definitely something that I needed. I was at a place, to be honest, you guys, that when I sit back and think about this gastric sleeve and think about mentally where I was at, physically as well, before I had it, even with losing weight that I've lost before the sleeve, I really did not know how to stop, you guys. I did not know how to stop. That doesn't make me feel good to say it, but it is true. I did not know how to stop. When I talk like this, you guys, I think people automatically think that I would eat huge amounts of food. No, I wasn't one that would eat huge amounts of food, meaning like a whole pizza or anything like that. I wasn't that person. But what I did eat was packed full of everything you shouldn't have. Um, yes, I wouldn't eat a whole pizza, but the calories and the fat grams and stuff like that of the meal I chose to eat was probably equivalent to a whole pizza or a little less. So it wasn't necessarily always the quantity of what I ate. Now, I did eat big quantities. I ate big quantities because I can say that because most Americans don't get what a normal size portion is. In fact, if we go to a restaurant and we see the normal size portions, we get angry. We wonder, why are they skimping us? Why are they stealing from us? I can't believe that they actually gave me this little bit of food for this price. That's our mindset. We don't know a normal amount of food. And I was included in that number. Because I would say, okay, I'm going to order me a sandwich and some fries, but didn't realize that that sandwich was equivalent to like 2 meals, and then the amount of fries was equivalent to like 3 or 4 servings. So just in that one sit down meal, if you add up my servings, I was eating upward to 4 normal size servings in that one meal. Now, mind you, we would eat again later on, probably the same amount of servings. So at the end of the day, I probably ate about 8 to 9 normal servings every day. That's like 8 or 9 small meals for the normal size portions that we really don't realize that is a normal size. So again, it wasn't necessarily, it could have been I only ate twice that day, but I ate twice that day of abnormal size portions. And that is a recipe for blowing you up and a recipe for failure, weight loss failure. So I really needed this surgery because I did not know how to stop. Sure, I knew the logic behind it of how to stop, but I didn't know how to do that in my everyday life. Sure, I would have a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks where I was good, and I did that. But then the 4th and 5th week, I would come back with a vengeance. This is just my story. This is just my life. Now, you may know how to stop. You may know how to juggle. You may know how to manage. Great. Then that means that you don't have to kick out thousands like I did. Then that means that you don't have to go through acid reflux like I have all the time. Then that means that you don't have to worry about having side effects from the pain medication. That means that you don't have to worry about feeling drugged up and doped up after the surgery. That means that you don't have to, take off time from work to recuperate. That means all of those things for you. But for me, I needed it. And I'm so thankful that I did it. I'm so thankful that I was able to do it. I'm so thankful that it is helping me in a whole new way. Again, it was the best investment for me, for my life. So, how do I feel physically? I feel great, you guys. I feel amazing. I'm able to walk long distances. It's a part of me, it's really weird because it's a part of me that wants to run. It's a part of me that just want to break out and run. I haven't done it, but it's a part of me that really does want to break out and run. I don't know why, but I don't know. Um, I love the way I feel in Daddy's arms when he hugs me. Um, it just feels different. He was always able to hug around my waist because my waist is smaller uh, than the rest of my body, of course. He was always able to hug me around my waist, but now he can like really squeeze, really like, and hold his hands together. And I just like how it feels. Um, I can get down on the floor and play with Pootie. You know, I can play little cars with him on the floor. Um, I can get off of the couch without getting assistance. And I didn't always need assistance to get off the couch, but sometimes on some days, you know, you need that little extra push. And I don't need that now. Um, what else? I can fit clothes I haven't been able to fit in forever. And I'll admit, sometimes I used to buy clothing, and because it was a good price, I would buy it, but I knew it was like two sizes too small. So I actually have a whole bunch of new clothes because I was never able to wear it in the first place when I bought it a long time ago. And now it fits me perfectly, if not a little too big. So I'm so excited about that. Uh, Emotionally, well, it's crazy because I still don't like food right now. But I know that that gets better. I don't like food because I told you guys in another video, it's like such a thought process behind it. It's like work. Um, I can't never eat the portion I really want. So it's like a headache. So I just rather not do it. Um, yeah, I just rather not do it. So I am making sure that I don't have an unhealthy relationship with food in a whole nother spectrum. First of all, I was an overeater, unhealthy relationship there. And then to go on to another spectrum of the whole other side, which is hating or not liking to eat. I know that's not healthy either. So, of course, as you all know, and I've told you guys many, many times before, I am working with my counselor about that. That's just a process. It's just part of the process. And with this, you are going to have many, many, many different processes. You're going to go through many, many different things. As for me, I welcome it all because I know that despite the ups and the downs, despite any of that, it's still a change. It's still showing that I am changing. And that's a great thing all the time. So, yeah, so that's it with that one as far as the emotional. Um, I get a little, not angry because it's not that serious to me, but I do get sometimes a little saddened, I would say, because I'll cook certain foods and I'm not able to eat more than a spoon of it. Um, so it just saddens you a little bit. Now, this is the funny part. You know how most people, everybody I've heard, they were like, I don't like to see people, I don't like to cook because I can't eat it. I don't like to go to restaurants because I can't eat it. I'm the total opposite. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I thank God that I'm not like everybody else that I've listened to or saw their videos where they don't like to be around the food. Me, it helps me being around it because it's like almost like I mentally eat it. It's almost like I mentally eat it. It's almost like being around it is just as good for me at this stage as eating it. So I welcome cooking. I'm like, Daddy, you want me to cook you breakfast? I'm cooking probably more than I've cooked in a long time for everybody because I like being around it. I like cooking it because it's like I mentally ate it. Like I don't need to eat it after I've seen everybody else eating it and I done cooked it. I enjoy being around it. It's like kind of like I'm getting my fix, but I don't have to consume it. And so I don't know. I'm weird like that, and I think that's weird because everybody that I've talked to that had gastric surgeries, They hate having to cook. They hate being around it. They hate going to restaurants. No, I want to see all the food. I don't have to eat it. I done mentally ate it, so that's good enough for me. So I'm thankful for that, because that means that I ain't going to have to indulge in it to get my fix. Whatever. Call me crazy. Call me whatever you want. Whatever. I'm changing though, so holla. So yeah. So yeah. What else? Acid reflux. I have it off and on. I've had it since I've done this video. That's one of my side effects. I don't know if I'll have to permanently take, um, acid reflux medication and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I have went to my follow-up doctor. He told me for right now, just take Tums and things like that. But I have it off and on all day, you guys. So I don't know. I do know that because they removed 80% of my stomach and I only have 20% less. I do know that my stomach acids are either, I know that it affects my stomach acids. So that's just something that I've had to endure. Everybody's side effects are different, but that's just something I've had to endure. And something tells me that I probably will have to deal with this for a while. But if that's the price I have to pay, then that's fine with me. Because when I was 465 pounds, yes, 465 pounds, when I was that weight, um, I was at risk of so many different things. I was at risk of diabetes. I was at risk of high cholesterol, high blood pressure. God kept me because I didn't have any of those things. So, I take the acid reflux with thanksgiving and praise in my heart and in my mouth, because it was so much more I had to worry about. And I thank God that He kept me for so long, because I was a recipe um, for having all of those things and more. And in fact, He blessed me so much that when I had Pootie, y'all know I was a gestational diabetic. And after I had him, when I first started YouTube, I had diabetes still, from leftover from when I had him. And I went on Atkins diet, and I lost, I think, like 65 pounds in a little bit of time. And my doctors took me off the medication. I've never been a diabetic since then. Even at that weight, even when I gained the weight back, I didn't become a diabetic again. So I am so thankful for that. Um, and I'm so thankful that I made sure I got my tool rather than wait for when the insurance company would approve me. Because remember, my insurance company said, "Oh, you're just fat." Denied. But if you had diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, artery clogging, and all that kind of stuff, oh, we could reconsider that rather than wait till that. I said, no, I'm just going to go ahead and pay for it. I'm not going to wait till I have diabetes again. I'm not going to wait till I have high blood pressure. And that was the best move I could have made. Wasn't an easy move. And it put a dent in my pocket, but it was the best move I could have made. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. So, on that note, you guys, I love you all so much. I am ecstatic, you guys. I feel great. I felt great before, you guys. I was happy before. I had true joy before. Because my joy doesn't come from man, and it doesn't come from my surroundings, and it doesn't come from my happenings. You guys have heard me say that many times before. But it's just a new level of joy. It's just a new level of joy. Wait a minute, baby, okay? So, you guys, I'm just ecstatic, because I know that my life is changing, and I know that it's going to open so many doors. And we all want to look nice in our clothes, but truly, you guys, that's not my main focus. Like, when I think of why I'm grateful, when I think of how my life is going to change and how it's changing now, I think of like being able to get on coach buses, or being able to get on the cheese bus with Pootie and go to like his field trips with him. When I think of being grateful for this, you guys, I think of being able to walk the whole zoo with my son and see all the animals and don't have to like look around and see where the benches are. And I don't have to try to act like I need to sit down and get a drink because I need a rest. When I think of how I'm changing, I think of being able to go on another cruise and I don't have to stop every few steps. I don't have to hold up the whole group because I need to sit down. I don't have to go in a restaurant and ask for the pull out chairs instead of the booth. Those are the things I think of. Again, sure, I want to look nice in my clothes, but I truly didn't do this weight loss just to attract attention or just to be pleasing to on the eye to the opposite sex. Without sounding cocky, I already did that at 465 pounds, believe it or not. So that's not important to me. Plus, I like when my husband look at me. That's important to me. And he's always done that. But truly, I really am doing this because I want to live to a level I've never done before. I want to experience things I was afraid to do. Experience things that I thought I couldn't. 36 years. I've never been able to worry about going to a picnic or a barbecue and be fearful that they have those little plastic chairs, outdoor chairs. And as I'm walking towards them, I'm looking around to see if they have something else. I want to be able to not have to worry about that. To be able to just go and not worry. That's what makes me thankful. That's what I think of. And that's why I did this weight loss journey and this gastric sleeve. I want to be able to live and live abundantly. So on that note, you guys, I love you all so much. I thank you all for being present in my journey, in my story, in my testimony. I thank you all for showing true encouragement, true support. And I say true because we all know, and you've all read, you've all heard the little slurs that people that claim they support, the little digs that people claim they support. But we also know that there are people out there that genuinely care and that genuinely support. To you guys, and see, I know who all of you are. To you guys, I thank you so much because you are part of how I got here. Because you have lifted me up, you have pushed me, you have driven me, you have raised me high in prayer. You went to our Father and asked for favor for me. And those things I know is what elevated me to where I am today. I thank you all, truly, truly, with everything inside of me. I thank you all for loving me as I love you. From my heart and from my family, I thank you all. I thank you all. I thank you all. On that note, you guys, I love you all so much. I will talk to you guys later. Happy New Year, you guys. I wish you nothing but the best. I wish you nothing but prosperity. I wish you nothing but blessings. I speak blessings over your life. And I thank you all for being here to witness my change, my journey, and my testimony. Talk to you guys later and be blessed.